okay? So go ahead and stand up for me. We're gonna start with a little standing warm up. So just take your ball or implement overhead, take a big inhale, and then I just wanna roll down, just like we often do at the end of class. Just round your head and chest and shoulders and roll down towards the floor. Trying to tap your ball towards the floor. Take an inhale, and then exhale, restack your spine, coming up all the way tall. Bring your ball overhead, slightly in front of you so you're not hyperextending the shoulders. And then I just want you to pull it down in front of your chest. And then just bring a little awareness to your breath and your posture. Take a big inhale, and then as you exhale, put a little pressure on the ball, like you're just trying to squeeze it a little bit. Inhale, let it expand. Exhale, a little extra connect. Inhale to expand the lungs and the ball. Exhale to compress it a little bit. All right, I want your feet hip width apart. I'm going to turn sideways just for camera angle view. Sits bone distance apart. Imagine you're doing footwork on the reformer. We're going to start with a little squat. So as you hinge at your hips and knees, sit down, and your spine and shin angle should be about the same, so you're not collapsing over, but you're right there, right? And then rise back up top. So we're going to do that nice and slow a few more times. So hinge hips, then knees, and sit down into that little squat position. Pull your ball back in towards you as you stand up. And then sit down, push through those heels to rise back up. Sitting back and rising back up. So start feeling all the muscles in your legs working. Draw your abdominals in so your spine stays nice and neutral, so there's no tucking or twerking of the spine. So that's tailbone stays in line. I want 2 more just like this. And then hold this one about halfway down. Find where halfway is, right? And then we're going to come up a little bit and down a little bit. Up a little bit and down a little bit. Without bouncing in the joints, but pushing and pulling. For 4 more. Abs in, shoulders connected. 2, 1. Stand all the way up. Ball slightly overhead. We're going to do a little releve or calf raise. So articulate through your foot and ankle. Come up to your tippy toes. And lower back down. So ball can be at chest height, raise it up as you come up, and lower it back down. So finding a little balance challenge, foot and ankle, as if we're doing lower and lift on the reformer, with the heels on footwork. 3, 2, and 1. Now, put the ball on the floor between your heels. So our little Pilates V or first position. And then if you can, raise your heels a couple inches up the ball. You see how I maybe kind of, almost like you're standing against it, right? So your heels are about 2 inches off the floor. We're in our little turnout. Thighs are wrapped, abs are in. And now we're going to sit down into a little plie, sliding down and up. Sliding down and up. Make sure those knees are tracking over that second toe. Your turnout from the hip is your turnout. Breathing in and out, tightening your abs, lower and lift. 3, 2, 1. Bring it to your down, wherever your down is right now. Hold that position. Keep a little squeeze in those heels. Rise up halfway, pull it back down. Up halfway, pull it back down. Again, pushing and pulling with muscles, not bouncing in the joints. You got it. 4, 3, 2. Now hold that down. Wrap your knees out with a little external rotation, a little glute squeeze. So it's that little turnout, like a little butterfly flapping. 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up. All right. I want you to put your right foot on your ball. And it's going to be just ever so slightly in front of you. So kind of my heels lined up with the other toe. Parallel stance. Imagine a little bit of single leg footwork. So our standing leg is going to sit back into our little squat. I want you to keep pressure on your ball and then stand back up. Sit down. Stand back up. So as even as a weight distribution as you can do with that one foot up. And that ball is going to move a little bit and give you a little proprioceptive feedback of where your body is in space. I want 2 more here. And then we're gonna hold about halfway down, or the spot where you can stay loaded in that whole foot, big toe, little toe, heel bone. Now, I want you to think, push on the ball. It's not hardly going anywhere, push on the ball. Feel that seat muscle, that foot activate a little bit. 3, 2, now hold it, roll it 2 inches back, 2 inches forward to activate your hamstring in that right leg. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, stand all the way up. We're gonna switch feet. So either move your ball with your hands or move it with your foot. You guys got it. Square the hips and shoulders so we make sure we're not hiking up, but both sides of the waist are even. Abs are drawn in, foot slightly in front. Sit back into that squat. Stand up. Sit back. Stand up. Push into that right heel. Sit and stand. Abs in, breath with motion. Three more. Trying to even that pressure as best you can. Now find that down spot. Abs in, make sure you're not going into a tuck or a twerk, right? But we're nice and neutral. And then push down on the ball. Push down on the ball. And then hold, roll it 2 inches forward and back. Try and activate the hamstring of that standing left leg. Shoulders down, abs in. Just a reminder, not that you weren't. 3, 2, 1, and stand all the way up. All right, I have one more for you. Ball back in the hand. We're gonna go to our wide Pilates stance, so we're a little bit turned out. Heels are planted, arches or suction cup. Ball in your hand, we're gonna squat down into that plie or that wide Pilates V second position. Lower down, pull it back up. Reach it down, pull it back up. Knees still travel over toes. You can hinge a little bit or stay pretty neutral. You pick your range. Those knees are still tracking towards that second toe. Zip it all up. Feel like you're squeezing your legs together to activate inner thighs, even though they're not gonna touch. I want 3, 2, 1. Now bring it down. Hinge over to put your ball on the floor. So just tap it there. Now, looking towards your ball a little bit, straighten your legs. Bend your legs. Straighten and bend. So you're just lifting the booty up a little bit, thumbs to the sun, and getting a little hamstring stretch. 2 more. Bend your knees, you're in a deep squat, and then bring yourself down to the mat, or however you want to get there. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the ball, and we're going to put it on the front of your shins. And then I make my fingers like a little wheel axis. See how the ball can spin? So just kind of holding it with either first or second finger or both. Feet are kind of together, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to start with a little flex forward. So you're going to let that ball roll down your shin as you round your spine over it. And then rebuild your spine tall, and the ball rolls back up. So the ball's just a little guide wire, right? So we're going to roll down as we flex the upper spine. And then restack it up. Do that again. Flex it forward. Feel your abdominals drawing and keeping your pelvis vertical. And then restack. Shoulder blades slide down your back. One more like that. Round and flex forward. Bearing awareness, those ribs expanding as you breathe right there. And then exhale, stack all the way up. All right, do you have plenty of mat behind you? We're gonna roll back, okay? So start with that flex forward. One more time for me. Round down, roll towards your toes. And then as we come up, we're gonna roll all the way up, and then we're gonna continue. Curl your tailbone under. See if you can roll the ball on your thighs to lower all the way down. Reach your ball overhead. Take an inhale. We're gonna just keep the feet planted, and then curl your head and chest up. Find the thighs with your ball. And then I want you to roll shoulder blades to the mat, up just to the knees, just that little chest lift, little crunch. Curl halfway up, back down. Curl halfway up, back down. The ribs connect to the hips as you give me that little up, little down. 2 more. Little up, little down, little up, and hold right there. Okay, our upper body's in our 100 start position, right? Bring your ball overhead, legs to tabletop. Right here, Take an inhale. Exhale, reach your arms and legs low. Now, instead of pumping your arms, we're going to press on the ball. Little squeeze. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 64 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2. Last big inhale. Exhale, legs back to tabletop. Lower your head and shoulders. All right, I want you to put the ball under your feet. Okay, so arches on the ball. If your feet don't like this on the ball, you can always just ditch the ball. All right? Pressing strong into your hands, we're going to articulate or peel our spine up into a little bridge. So keep a little pressure on the ball with your feet so it doesn't roll away. And then peel your spine up. And then melt it back down. So trying to go bone by bone. If you got stuff going on in your back, you can always be a hinder, right? Otherwise, peel up on your exhale. Reach knees over toes. Inhale, stay. Exhale, melt down bone by bone by bone. We're going to do 2 more exactly like that. Peel yourself up. Knees over toes, reaching long. Breathe. Melt it back down with control. We're going to hold the next one up. Give me a little pelvic curl. Peeling up to that bridge, knees over toes, hold. Now pull the ball in and out 2 inches. Keep squeezing your bum. Pull your abs in, opening the front of the hips, and then a little hamstring curl for 3, and 2, and 1. Hold the ball still. Lower your spine back down. All right. From here, I want you to get more tippy toe on your ball, and then we're going to roll it out and roll it in. So our hips stay down. So just kind of find if you're in the right spot that the ball will go from your toes kind of to your calf or Achilles area, and then bring it back down. All right, so we're going to do a variation of double leg stretch here. So if you'll reach your hands up to the sky for me, curl your head and chest up so your hands are by the side of your shins. As you inhale, roll the ball away, arms overhead. Exhale, circle arms, and pull knees right back in. So inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop it back in. I want 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Lower your head and shoulders. Straighten your legs out long. Shift the ball so it's under your right heel and bring your left leg up to the sky. Long line through both sides of the waist. Compress those abdominals to keep you still. Hands can be on the mat. We're in a 1-leg circle. I want you to keep the ball leg still. So it's going to give you a little challenge there. 5 times across the body. So go across, down and around and up for that 1-leg circle. Inhale as you go around. Exhale to the top. Inhale, down, around, and up. 2 more. Around, pause, up. Down, around, and up. Pause, reverse. Go away from the body. Down, around, and up. Are you still pressing on that ball just a little bit so you get a little activity in the backside of the straight down leg? 1 more time. Down, around, and up. Bend that knee, and then find the ball with that foot to switch. Get it under the calf or heel there. Bring your right leg up. You're going to keep some pressure in that bottom leg. Feel the seat just activate a little bit. And then we're going to go 5 times across the body. Right leg goes down, around, up. Inhale to start. Exhale to cross top. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Pause. Reverse it. Go away from your body. Trying to keep that down leg still. Down and up. Out, down, and up. Last 2. Bring it up. Bend that knee. Find both feet on the ball to pull it into you. Use your legs to pull it in. All right. So we're going to come back to some more abs. So I want you to bring the ball up to the sky and then your legs one at a time to tabletop. We're going to take the ball, to the top of our shins. So you're just gonna curl up and see if you can hold the ball on the top of your shins, okay? Holding that right there, it's our little guide where our legs go. I want you to take your left leg out long, right leg holds in. Now switch, single leg stretch, reach, and reach. So those shins are coming right under that ball. Breathe, pulling those abdominals in for 3, 2, 1. Both knees in, lower down a moment. All right, take your legs straight up to the sky, wrap your thighs a little bit. We're gonna curl up and rest the ball on your shins, wherever you can kind of reach, somewhere above your knees, or below your knees if you hold that position. Now, scissor, we're gonna take one leg away, the other leg's holding into the ball. Bring it back up, tap the ball. Go the other side. If you can't reach your ball, it's always okay to bring it more towards your knees than your ankles. Feel the abdominals holding your spine in that long flexion as you do this. You got it. One more each side. And then rest everything back down. All right, so single leg stretch, double leg stretch. Scissors, now we're gonna do our double leg lowers. I want you to put the ball between your legs, about somewhere between the ankle and the knee, wherever it doesn't hurt your leg. Hands behind your head, curl your head and chest up. Elbows are wide, head pushing into your hands, shoulder blades active on the back. Hold your upper body still, lower your legs towards the floor to your spot where you can keep your back still. Exhale, scoop back up to the top. Inhale, you lower a little bit. Exhale to scoop it back up. Really trying hard to use those abdominals to keep your back and pelvis still. Last 2. Lower and lift, and bring it all back down. Ball back in your hands. Last one in that series of 5 abs is our crisscross. So it's the single leg stretch legs with the rotation. So hands overhead, legs at tabletop. We're gonna take the right leg out long and rotate towards the bent left leg. The ball goes outside of your knee. Come back through center and then switch to the other side. All I want you to think about here is wringing out your waist, rotating, and reaching the leg long. Feel like your abs are that kitchen sponge and you're wringing it out. One more each side. Reach and twist, and then bring it back in. All right, feet flat on the floor. I want you to hold that ball overhead. We're gonna do a little chest lift or crunch-like shape. You're gonna curl up and put the ball between your knees. Can you reach? And then lower back down, arms to the sky. Tighten up your abs, hinge or pelvic lift, drawbridge up. Hips back down. Curl up, grab your ball. We're gonna do a little game of takeaway. Roll back down. Lift your hips, bridge ball in your hands. Hips come down. Curl head and chest up, ball between your knees. Lower back down. Hinge, bridge, pelvic lift up, squeeze butt. Lower down. Curl up, take the ball in your hands. Lower back down, hold ball overhead, a little pressure, and as you lift your pelvis up, lower your hips down. We're gonna do that again. Curl up, put the ball between your knees. Lower shoulders, lift hips, lower hips. Get the ball one last time. Hold it overhead, pelvic lift up, and lower down. Nice. All right, so from here, we're gonna go to all fours like we're about to crawl. Can you put the ball between your knees, okay? And then tuck your toes under, make sure there's room for you to come into that 4-point kneel, right? So we're gonna start with just a little squeeze on the ball and do a little cat-cow here. So I want you to start with a little chin to chest, rounding your spine up, and then lengthen tail to head back to your long line without dumping into your low back. And then round it up. Tailbone slides down your thighs, and then tail to head back to your long line. We're gonna do that one more time. Chin, chest, shoulders, ribs, low back, breathe, and then lengthen back out. Okay, if you need to go to your forearms, you always can. Otherwise, I want those hands splayed, those shoulders strong, elbows unlocked. Tuck your toes under, and I just want you to hover your knees. So you're in that little crouching tiger. Hover your knees. Rest them back down. Okay? Reset if you need to with your alignment. Try to get shoulders over wrists. We're going to go there again to just that little hover. Okay? Strong shoulders, lift your ribs, activating abs, hover your knees. Okay? Now twist your knees a little bit to the right, center, left, center. So it's a little kind of sit and spin like movement, a little oblique twist. It's not giant, just a little. Back to center, lower your knees. All right. From here, we're going to go to a plank. I'm going to have you go to the strong number 11, Sphinx plank, forearm plank. Okay, you can have fists down or palms down, whichever works for you. Shoulder width apart with those elbows and hands. Get strong there. Lift your knees. Find a plank. If you need to wiggle your legs out, you can. Squeeze your butt. Ball still between your knees. Holding that upper body still. Tap your knees. Lift your knees. Just small. It doesn't really matter if you hit the mat. Just a little bend and extend. Keep your belly button lifted like there's an ice pick under it and you don't want to get impaled. 3 more. 2. Hold the plank. Reset your feet if they wiggled a little bit. Strong, strong shoulders. Lift your ribs. Glutes tight. Ball connecting your inner thighs even though you're not trying to squeeze it and pop it. Rest your knees down. Sit back till your little child's pose shell stretch. Take the ball out from between your legs and then come down to your belly. We're going to do a little swimming and swan. So for the swimming, I want you to put both hands on the ball out in front of you. Legs are active and long. Nose is just going to hover off the mat, okay? So from here, I want you to lift your left leg and push into the ball with your right hand. And then lower that down. Same thing other side. Push into the ball with left hand as you lift the right. Okay? Do that again, alternating side. So you're going to push down with the opposite leg that lifts. Lifting from your seat, not your back. Alternate sides. Push. Pull your belly button in. There's a tack under there. Don't get stuck. Feel that opposition of back muscles, ab muscles, glute muscles. One more time. And then rest it down. Okay. So for swan, if it's appropriate for you, we're going to roll the ball towards us. Okay. If you need, I'm going to give you 2 options. We'll start with the nicer one. Pubic bone down, belly button in. We're going to bend our elbows and then roll the ball towards us into a small swan shape, right? And then roll it back out. Okay. 2 more like that. Slide your shoulder blades down. Extend your upper spine. Your eye gaze doesn't go higher than that ball. And then roll it back out. Shoulder blades down. Lift it up. Roll it back out. Okay? So we're going to try that, if it's okay with your spine, to keep the arms straight for a bigger swan. So make sure your feet are a little bit apart and active. If you need to stick with the one we just did, that's always okay. All right, so you're out in that like torpedo shape. We're going to press down into the ball, roll it towards us, and maybe our hip bones come up as pubic bone comes down. And then roll it back out. So you may be coming up a little higher than you did with the elbow bend. Active in those lats, armpit muscles, and then roll back down. So getting a little extension. Belly lifted first, glutes are active. Just protect that low back as you extend the upper spine. Roll it back down. We're going to do 2 more. Curl it up and back down. Curl it up and stay. If you know swan dive, this is a progression. As you roll the ball out, lift your heels a couple inches. Roll the ball in, heels come down. So we roll out, in, keep lifting that belly so you don't go into low back. Abs in, glutes active. One more time. Rock it forward. Bring it up. Put the ball in one hand so you can press yourself up. Back to both hands. Sit back into your heels in that extended child's pose position. Press into the ball and lift your belly like you're trying to pull up off of your thighs. Just open that low back a little bit. And then you can collapse back down for a second. And then do that one more time for me. Lift your belly, push into the ball a little bit, and feel that nice opening in that whole back side. And then release there. All right, lay on your side. I'm on my left side. on the back edge of your mat, so it's like your alignment that your shoulders and hips are all lined up. We're going to bring the ball between our ankles again. You can support your head down low or up like this, whichever your body prefers. Stacked hips and shoulders. Your top hand is a little kickstand in front of you. You'll feel if you roll in and out of it, okay? So I want you to keep the ball between your legs. Zip up your belly. Try to feel like you can lift that bottom rib up, right? And then we're going to lift our legs and lower. Just small. Because I want you to keep that spine neutral and work those lateral hips. 2. Hold this one to just a little hover. All right, we're going to go a little bit forward and a little bit back. So you're going to roll the ball just a little bit. Not enough that you would lose it, but just a little swivel. Yeah, you got it. 3. You should be feeling the obliques and the hips. Last one. Bring it back and lower your legs. All right, so from here, we're going to bend your knees into that kind of clamshell. I want your heels lined up with your sits bones to the back of your mat. So your knees are bent, hips are a little bit open. Now, we're going to open that top knee a little bit and close it. So you can adjust where you have your ball if you need to, but it's just a little, like, enough that you don't leave the ball. A little bit up, a little bit down. For 3, feeling those hips. 2, and 1. If you can grab your ball, put it between your knees. And then again, it's just going to be a little alignment spacer. And then we're going to lift the ankle up for like a reverse clam. Still keeping abs in, and a little lift and a little lower. A little lift and a little lower. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right. From here, straighten your bottom leg and put the ball under like your knee or the edge of your thigh on that top leg. That knee is still going to stay bent, and then I just want you to roll the ball forward and back a couple inches. So your pelvis shifts forward, and then your abs pull your pelvis back stop. So it's just a little movement. And then hold it slightly forward. Just keep that leg still. Bottom leg is going to lift. Inner thigh lift of the bottom leg. 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. All right, bring yourself up to seated in your Z-sit. So the leg that was just down low is the one in front of you. Put the ball in your hip on that down leg. T-press, we're gonna do a little mermaid here. I want that ball arm to stay straight as you reach up and over and roll the ball away. And then pull the ball back towards you as you come tall. So I want you to find these underarm muscles. So we roll the ball away, flex over, keeping your hips down, and then pull the ball back up towards you. Yeah, roll it away, flex over into that mermaid, pull it back up. One more time. Roll it away, and then activate those arms to pull it back in. Very good. All right, we're going to lay on our other side. So for me, it's my right side. Lining up with the back edge of my mat with my hips and shoulders, so I know I'm nice and lined up. Putting the ball between my ankles, my feet are slightly in front of my hips. Lifting my abs in so that rib cage lifts a little bit. Top hand to kickstand. And then we're going to lift and lower the ball. Inner thighs are connecting. Lateral hip is lifting. Obliques are stabilizing. And we're breathing. All the things. For 3, 2, ready? Hold this one up. Now give me that little swivel where you roll the ball a little bit forward and back. Inner thighs, lateral hips, abdominals. 3, 2, 1, lower it down. Bend your knees in, keeping the ball between your ankles, stacked hips. Again, make sure you elongate that waist, lift those abs, and now we go with that little clamshell. So we're trying to shish kebab stick those hips so they stay stacked, and we just get a little open and close, trying to feel those rotators. It's not a big movement. We're just rotating the leg a little bit on that ball. For 2 more. And 1. Now bring the ball between your knees, and it's the reverse. So now we lift the ankle to the sky and back down. using the ball as a little spacer. Draw those abdominals in a little bit more. Three, two, one. Pause. Put the ball on the floor in front of you. Bottom leg goes straight in line with your hips and shoulders. Lengthen that side of the waist out again, like you put a little piece of sunshine there. This leg on top stays pressing into the ball. Lift your bottom leg. Lift from that inner thigh. Pull it up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, take the ball out from behind, under your knee. Bring yourself up to seated, and we'll do the mermaid on that other side. So your bottom leg is now your front leg, ball under, the hand lined up with your hip. We flex over, rolling the ball away. Feel that nice stretch in that top side, and then pull the ball in towards you, activating those lats. Roll it away a little bit, and then pull it back in. Flex up and over, rolling the ball away, pulling it back in. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Roll it away and flex over, bring it back up. Last one. Roll it away, flexing up, and come up, top. Very good. All right, we're gonna spin back around so your feet are towards the end of your mat, sitting up. Ball is gonna go in the left hand towards the side of your mat. So you guys, we're gonna rotate to this side, okay? And then you're just gonna lean, so we're not curling back, we're just gonna lean on a little angle. Your top hand is reaching towards your toes, and you're gonna lean out and come back in. So if you've ever done the little twist with pulses with your top hand holding onto the roll down bar, this is what this is mimicking. So the goal is you feel some obliques, and you roll back a little bit and up a little bit. Spine is neutral in flexion and extension, but a little bit twisted. Last one, sit up tall. Switch the ball to the other hand. Rotate it behind you. So you're gonna look towards the ball a little bit. Free hand is between your toes as if you're holding that roll down bar, right? And then lean back a little bit and come back up. So the goal is these obliques working as you roll out and up a little bit. So it's not super far, but you're gonna feel lats activate a little bit. But the goal is obliques holding you in that twisted position as you lean away from gravity and pull it back up. You got it. 2 more. And come all the way tall. All right, so we are going to go into, our spine should be nice and warmed up. We're gonna go back like we did at the very beginning with that ball on the little axis. Start it by your shins. We're gonna roll all the way down and all the way up. So we're gonna roll the ball up our legs, down our legs as you roll all the way back to the mat. Hands overhead. Exhale, you're gonna find your knees and then roll and flex over. So it's a variation of our regular roll down. So you're gonna roll down through your spine as you exhale. Inhale, then exhale, find your legs and flex over, trying to plant those heels. And restack. So you can do 2 more of those. You can always just stop halfway if that's what works for your body today. Last one. Bring it down with control. And then bring it back up and over. And restack your spine. Okay. Okay. So straighten your legs for me into a little straddle with your toes pulled up. We're going to put the ball either the inside or the outside of your leg, whichever works for you, and we're going to do this saw. So you're going to twist, kind of like what we just did behind us, but now we're going to go forward. So you can put it under whichever hand you want. It's kind of on the pinky finger like it's a little karate chop knife blade. And then you're going to flex forward this time. So now we're rounding the spine, reaching towards our toe, and then come back up. Your other hand just stays reaching behind you as you roll the ball towards your pinky toe, or big toe if your mobility needs to be inside. And then roll forward, restack. Flex forward, keep your pelvis pretty vertical, reach it forward, and rebuild. One more time here. Flex it forward, reach it forward, and come all the way up. Switch the ball to the other side. So now we want to find the obliques on the other side. Rotate, pinky finger like a little knife blade there. Roll the ball towards your pinky toe, and then restack. So a little awareness of the abdominals pulling into you, flex the spine, and then the extensor muscles in the back lifting you back up. Roll it forward, pulling your belly button in, reach back your spine. 2 more. Roll forward in that saw shape and bring it back up. Flex it forward and bring it back up. All right, very good. Ball in both hands behind you. Bend your elbows a little bit. We're gonna just press down into it. Open your heart into a little just open look up, right? Keep that position. And then you can move, adjust where you have your hands if you need to. Can you push the ball a little bit away? Round your spine as you bend your elbows. Push the ball away and lift. So we got a little flex. And then extend and press it away. Yeah, you got it. Flex it back a little bit. And then pull it up one more time. Flex it back. And pull it up. Put the ball right against your tailbone. With that myofascial ball, it may not be super comfy. Feel free to get rid of it if you need to, right? We're gonna lean into the ball just a little bit. So it's gonna support our low back. We're not trying to smash and collapse it. We wanna keep it inflated. Bring a leg to tabletop. Put it back down. Other leg to tabletop. Put it back down. Pull belly button into ball. Do that one more time each leg. Now bring your right leg up and keep it there. You're on back edge of sits bones. Bring your left leg up. Can you straighten them? Now we're in teaser. You can keep knees bent if you need to. We're in teaser. The ball's just giving us a little feedback, a little support. Hold, hold, hold. Bring your foot down, other foot down, sit all the way up. Okay? Again, ball's optional there, but it gives us a little feedback. So we're gonna go back edge of sits bones, pull belly button into the ball if you're using it. One leg and then the other to table, and then reach them up and find your teaser. Can you lower and lift your arms for 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, sit all the way up. All right, this time we're gonna lower, lift legs. Last one, I promise. So roll just back edge of sits bones, lean yourself back, pull your belly button in. One leg and then the other one up, hold. Lower your legs 2 inches, scoot them back up. Little lower, little lift, little lift, little lift. Last one, little lift, feet down, sit all the way up. Well done, those are not easy, right? All right, so you guys, normally I put the ball under the tailbone and do some hip stuff. I don't know with your orange nubby ball how comfy that's gonna feel, so you could do it just laying down. So roll yourself back to the mat. If you have a squishy ball, put it under your tailbone. And then bring your legs to tabletop. Okay, so the ball's giving us that little bit of balance, challenge, feedback, but also putting us in a slight imprint. So draw your abs in, legs up to the sky. So we scissored earlier, we're gonna do it again, but this time it's gonna feel a little different. Lower, up to the sky. Lower, up to the sky. So feel those hip flexors, get a little stretch and a little activation. Pulling abs in, keeping your spine still. One more time each leg, big scissor, and then legs to the sky. Turn out, draw your feet down into your little frog shapes, a little turn out, heels together, toes apart, and then zip up your belly, lengthen your legs out to long diagonal, pointing your toes. Flex your feet, pull your feet into your seat. Zip it all up as you reach out to the angle that you can keep your spine still. Bend it in, reach it out. 3 more, pull it in, reach it out. Use muscles to pull in and press out. Pull in, press out, pull in, press out and hold. Zip up those abs. And now we're gonna crisscross ankles, right over left, left over right, like little hedge trimmers. Crisscross, crisscross, crisscross. How low can you keep your spine still? 2, 1, and bring it back into your frog. Find your feet on the floor. Bridge up to remove the ball. Rock yourself up to seated. Grab your little ball and put it between your knees. All right, we're gonna come to a little rolling like a ball, but we're gonna start with the balance, okay? So we're gonna find back edge of sits bones. Almost done here, I promise. Hover those toes off your mat, okay? Hold that position. Here's our starting in. 4 times, you're gonna roll back, come up and balance. Breath where it makes sense to you, okay? So roll back, come up and balance. Pull abs in. Roll back, come up and balance. feet come down. Very good. All right, up to a high kneel. We're almost done. We're gonna do a little side kick with the ball under our hand. You can omit the ball, okay? Take one leg out to the side. Hands to a T, ball is in the opposite hand as your leg. We're gonna find the floor and then lift that leg. You can always get rid of the ball and put your hand on the floor. Top hand behind your head. Now, little circle, little circle. 3, 2, pause, reverse little circle. Keeping spine straight. You got it, you're in the perfect position there. Shoulder working for some stability. Hold, ready? Now we're gonna flex the foot, kick it forward, forward, point to pull it back. 4 more. Kick, kick, pull. Kick, kick, pull. Good. Working those lateral hips and abs. Here's your last one. Kick, kick, pull. Now keep that leg reaching, top hand reaches to the sky, and then bring yourself back up. Out. All right, legs together. Take the other leg out long, arms to a T. Tip over, find the floor, get your hand in position, lift the top leg up, top hand behind your head. Little circle, long spine, try not to hyperextend the back. Reach that leg long, 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 pause, reverse it. And then hold it still, flex the foot as you kick forward, forward, point to pull back. Kick, kick, to pull back. In front, behind. Kick, kick, pull. Last 2. Kick, kick, pull. Kick, kick, pull. And then reach the top hand up. Leg reaches long, long, long. Bring yourself all the way up. Come up to both knees. Reach your hands overhead. Little pressure on the ball. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. And then round forward. Rounding your upper spine, bringing the ball towards your knees or the mat. And then restack your spine, so it's a kneeling roll down. Reach it up, hold. Laterally flex, side bend a little bit. Reach the hands away. Come back up top. Other side, side bend. Reach the hands away. Bring it up. Hands come down. Put the ball behind you. I'm going to turn sideways for camera angle. Shoulders down. Squeeze the ball, press it towards the ground 1 more inch, and then lift it a couple inches away from you. Lifting your eye gaze slightly. Feel that stretch across your sternum and collarbones. And then bring it back in. All right, gals, I'm done with you. How do you feel?
Tuckered out. That was tough, but good.
Great, thank you.